Okay, so in today's video, I'm gonna go ahead and review the Samsung Galaxy Tab A8 here after using it for about 6 months. Let's go ahead and jump in. All right, first things first, if you are in the market for the Samsung Galaxy Tab A8 here, make sure to watch this video until the end. Let's go ahead and start off with just how it's been holding up, physically. Let's talk about the design, right? So I like this more boxier shape that you get here when compared to the Samsung Galaxy Tab A7, with the typical same physical features, the same ones that you found or you find on the Samsung Galaxy Tab A7. So physical feature would include power button, volume rocker, mics around, and of course, most importantly, the speakers, quad speaker setup that we have. We have 2 on each side. And again, for those who don't know, this is perfect. This is fantastic placement for speakers so that when you're holding like this, let's say for video calls, or if you're playing games or watching movies, whatever the case may be, even if you cover the other 2 at the bottom, you still have the sound coming out of these 2. And I can tell you that the sound coming out is pretty loud. We also have a USB Type-C port. This does not allow for you to be able to push out video signal, but it's there for data transfer, and it's a standard port, a standardized port. So you'll be able to, I guess, pretty much use every accessory made out there for tablets or phones or whatever is generally made for USB Type-C port. So that's always good to have that there. You have also a headphone jack there. So if you want a sound that's a lot more clearer with no delays, obviously you could just plug in your headphones there and you will be good to go. So physically, this guy has been holding up very well. Now I don't have a case for it. You could probably find cases on like eBay or Amazon, whatever the case may be. I don't have one for it, but I don't have any scratches, right? That brush finish is still there. It feels pretty nice. So truly nothing to say about the way it's been holding up physically, except that it's been holding up very, very well. So as long as you take good care of it, it will be just fine. And by the way, please make sure to hit both the like and the subscribe button there. I truly appreciate that. Now let's go ahead and talk about the camera that you have there. You have an 8-megapixel camera. That's pretty much the same that you find on the A7, on the S6 Lite, on the S7 FE, pretty much that same camera. So picture quality is not going to be top level like something you would get from like an iPhone or an S22 Ultra or a Pixel phone, but it is good enough. It's pretty good for you to be able to scan documents or film stuff here and there. Now the front-facing camera also, you have a 5-megapixel front-facing camera there, and for a lot of people, I try not to bring up specs that much because a lot of people who watch just want to know whether it's good or not. So 5-megapixel camera on the front there. Essentially what it means is that you'll be able to do your video calls without any issues, right? So if you're looking to save money and you don't want to spend too much money because you want to focus on just getting something that has decent camera, this will be a good tablet to pick up. But anyway, so 5-megapixel video quality will be decent as long as you make sure that you light up the room that you're in, that the setting you're in is well lit like it is in my case here. You'll be just fine. And that's essentially it. Also, placement of that front-facing camera is really good because it's on the long arm of the tablet, because as you make phone calls, you're holding your tablet this way. And that is pretty much it as far as physical features go. Now, as far as the display go, what you have here is 1920 by 2000 for the resolution of the display. Again, translating into just regular layman terms, it's a decent display. Picture quality is fairly sharp. It's all subjective, right? So if you were to compare this to, I don't know, a Tab S7 display or Tab S7 or a Tab 8 display, obviously there will be a major difference because those are higher or more premium displays as opposed to here. But when it comes down to just the display here, that resolution is pretty decent for you to be able to watch movies, play games, whatever the case may be. You'll be just fine with this, assuming you are in the market for a budget tablet. Also, another thing to mention here is that you get that uniform bezel going around the front face of the display that, giving it a more modern, newer generations of tablets come with that more uniform bezel in front of that display. So it's very nice to have it there. Plus the display here is laminated, right? So there's no gap in between the bezel that you see there and the actual display at the bottom like you would see with the iPad 9, for example, or the iPad 8 or the iPad 7. So that's very, very good. And it plays very well when it comes down to watching movies or just entertainment in general, or even taking down notes. Now, this guy does not support a Samsung S Pen, but you can buy a capacitive pen and be able to take down notes here. Now, it won't be as good as it would have been if it supported the Samsung S Pen like a native stylus, but it's good to know that you have that option. You can actually go out there, buy a stylus, and be able to take down notes on your tablet, and you'll be just fine. Now, I know that I said that I wouldn't be diving too deep into specs, but just know that, you know, the Galaxy Tab A8 here is loaded with a Unisoc chip. It's a Tiger T618. What that means is that you'll be able to do some good level of, you know, just regular tasks, right? So day-to-day tasks, light, medium, you'll be just fine. It's going to process those without any issues. When you get to like heavier tasks, you might see some level of maybe stuttering, or it might take a little bit longer to open some stuff, depending on what you're doing. You're going to be able to do some level of multitasking. I've been able to do that without any problems. And every time I pushed, every time I went really, really hard with in terms of productivity, this guy definitely crashed, right? Or it just stopped working and then everything just quit on me. So you're definitely going to see that because it's not a productivity tablet. So it's been working very well for day-to-day tasks, watching movies, anything that's day-to-day tasks, light to medium tasks. It's been working fantastically for that. My unit here is 32 gigs of internal storage. That's the very base level. If you want to go ahead and go for that base, it's going to run you $230 for that base. But as of now, Samsung is still running that deal where you could get it for $99. You could get a tablet for $99 if you have a trade-in, an eligible trade-in. So make sure to check to see if it's something that you can maybe buy on eBay and come and trade that in so that you can buy this for $99. Or if you don't want to go ahead and trade anything in, you can pick it up for $199, I believe, as of the shooting of this video. I'm not sure if it's going to be different as of the editing of the video, but that's something to keep in mind here. But if you continue shopping, you'll see that Walmart every now and then has this tablet for $179. So that's something to keep in mind if you're out there buying this tablet. Of course, that is coupled with 3 gigs of RAM, which again is pretty decent for what it has to offer. It's pretty good value so far. Now, battery has been good also. It's been lasting the entire day. So depending on how you use your tablet, I always say, you know, it's going to be depending on how you use your tablet. So if you wake up in the morning and you just start watching movies, it might last a certain amount of time, as opposed if you wake up and you just start running heavy tasks, it might last, you know, a certain amount of time, right? So depending on how you use your tablet, if you just touch it up for maybe some light stuff, medium stuff, and then you put it away and then you pick it up and you just, so it all will depend. But I can tell you that the battery is just pretty much falling into that standard level with tablets in the same category, if not better. It's actually a pretty good battery here. Now, that pretty much covers some of the stuff that I wanted to talk about on the Samsung Galaxy Tab A8 here. It's a very good value tablet. So if you're in the market for a budget tablet, this is a very nice one to pick up. If you are able to get your hands on this guy here for 180 bucks, like, you know, Walmart every now and then drops the price to, that would be very good. If not, then obviously make sure to check out, I'm gonna have the link in the description so you can check out the Samsung website to see the deal that they have for $199. See if that's a better deal for you, if you could go ahead and pick that up from Samsung directly. So that's something to consider there. So I guess a summary would just be to say that it's been holding up very well. And for a lot of you who just want a tablet to maybe watch some movies, maybe play some light, you know, do some light gaming here and there, maybe do some conference calls or call your friends, family members, this would be actually a pretty nice pickup. But like I always say, this channel leans, you know, very budget, right? I always try to advise you more like it leans more value, right? I always try to make sure that I would recommend something that will offer you the best bang for your buck. So if you're in the market for this guy here and you can get it for 180 bucks, definitely go for it. Plus, you have Samsung that will support this for at least, you know, the next 2 to 3 years, right? Sometime I'm sure what they do with the budget, but Samsung has committed to about 2 to 3 years for these here. Probably 3 years like they did, or like they're doing with the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite. But that's definitely something to keep in mind because you don't get that with other manufacturers. What are we talking? Lenovo, Xiaomi, whatever the case may be, those do not support the tablet. Once you buy the tablet, that is pretty much it. This guy here came with Android 11, and obviously it's going to be upgraded with Android 12, Android 13, and so forth. So those are things to keep in mind. Let me know what any questions you may have about this tablet. I'm going to catch you in the comment section like I always do. We're going to get that little back and forth going. Make sure to share the video with anyone who'll be interested or anyone who's in the market for this tablet here. Let me know what your questions down there. I will also catch you in the next video. As always, of course, up until that next video, stay safe out there.